Hey, what's up guys? This is Dan, and today I want to go through our viewer mail. I've been receiving a lot of great emails from you guys, but one in particular I want to do a video on and address some of his concerns. His name's Phil from Milwaukee, and he and I do have a similar shared experience. I want to get right into it. It sounds like both of us have similar backgrounds and perhaps similar experiences. In short, I'm getting burned out from being a financial advisor and wondered how you made the transition. So basically, he goes on to say that in 2008, 2009, he was at a firm that basically went under as well. Like when I was at Merrill, the stock went to zero. Obviously, Merrill's still around, but it's not what it used to be. And he left, he went to a different firm, and then I believe another one. And like I've said before in a lot of videos, and he said in this email as well, the firm he's at, a lot of it is based on nepotism and playing favorites. And basically accounts will go to somebody that maybe the boss's kid or somebody that they're sleeping with or something like that. I've mentioned that before, and it is very corrupt, or as he said, it's a lot of cronyism going on there. That's true. Working at the big firms sucks. You have to be in with the big guys there. So he's considering going independent, the RIA, Registered Investment Advisor. That's when you are a fiduciary to your clients. You have your Series 66. You no longer need your Series 7 because you're not at a broker-dealer. You're not charging per trade, and you're not doing loaded mutual funds. You're charging a wrap fee, an annual fee around all of your money managed. Now, he's at a small firm right now in Milwaukee, and he said he has over $20 million. So let's see if it would make sense for him to go the RIA route. Now, 20 million, 25 million actually is about the point where these firms will pretty much leave you alone. If you have 25 million in all active money, meaning a wrap fee or mutual funds or ETFs, and you're charging a fee on it, they're pretty much leaving you alone. You're doing anywhere from $250,000 plus, $250,000 to $300,000 in commission with that firm. So if you have 25 million in assets, this is not including dead assets like annuities, life insurance, UITs, things like that. You should be charging anywhere from 1% to 1.25%. If you're charging more than 1.25%, you're ripping off your clients. If you're charging less than 1%, you're ripping off yourself. So if you have that, that's generally where the firms are going to leave you alone. Hey, he's a decent producer. He does $250,000 in revenue every year. But remember, these firms, your payout is to the grid. Now, most firms, a high payout is 35% of your commission. So let's do it easy here. You have 25 million, charging 1% a year. That's $250,000 a year. Now, that'd be nice if you could put that all in your pocket. Now, we're not going to talk about federal or state taxes here, but you should be doing about $250,000 in revenue with that money. $250,000 in revenue, okay? That's not all going to go to you at your firm. You're probably going to get a high payout times, maybe you'll get a third of it. That's $82,000. That's in a high grid, 0.33%. So financial firms have what's called a grid, your payment to the grid. So if you're making $250,000 in revenue a year, your grid payout, you have to split that $250,000 with your firm, obviously. It's not always 50-50. Most firms, it's anywhere from 22 to 35%. 35% is a high grid payout. That was good when I was in the business. So let's do $250,000 times 0.33. So you get to keep a third of that. That's $82,000. Okay? Divided by 12, that's $6,800 a month before taxes. That's nothing. Now you have to remember, you're getting health insurance from your firm, and you have an office and probably a phone. So you have a legitimate firm and an address and a phone and health insurance, all the good stuff. Okay, so your clients know you're legit. Oh yeah, Phil's up there on Main Street, whichever. Now, let's say you go independent. You have $25 million. You said it was over 20 million. Let's say 25 to keep it even. You have over $25 million in client assets that are consistently giving you trails every month, okay? So it's not dead money. Are all those clients going to come with you? No. Can you contact your clients? No. When you signed up with your firm, I guarantee you signed a non-compete clause, which means if you leave, you have to wait 12 months to contact any of your clients. Usually that's how it's set up. It's usually 12 months to contact your clients. So what you have to do is make sure all of your clients, before you leave, have your cell phone, your address, your social, everything. And you have to tell them before. I know somebody that switched firms, didn't go independent, but what he did is he hired an intern the day he left to go to all of his clients' houses with the ACAT paperwork. ACAT's just internal transfer. An ACAT paperwork and saying, hey, John left the firm. He's going to a different firm. Here's the paperwork that'll transfer your account to him. And he took a ton of clients with him that way. So that's one way to do it. Hire an intern to contact them for you. You cannot do it. You will get sued. And preemptively tell them you're leaving, like a week, maybe a few days before. So not all of your clients are going to come with you, because you have to consider this. You're going independent. They're going to say, great. What's the name of your new firm? Phil McCracken, LLC. Okay, great. Never heard of it. Who's with you? Oh, it's just myself. They're going to say, it's just you. Well, where are you located? Oh, right now I'm working out of my house. Never going to happen. They're not going to come with you. A handful of them are. Now, in this, he said he's going to give them great service, and he doesn't want to go marketing and doing a bunch of guerrilla marketing like he did in his 20s. I don't blame you. From the looks of the email, from what I read, you're a few years younger than me. You don't want to be cold calling, cold walking. But of course, you're going to give them great service. But change cost. The cost to change from a big firm, or the firm you're at isn't huge, but from your larger legitimate firm to Phil, LLC, the clients aren't going to want to do that. So I have a few things that you have to consider. So one, they're not all going to come with you. Two, you now have to buy office space or rent office space. Even if it's some kind of virtual office, you have to have a mailing address. Why? One, to look legit for the clients. Two, if they ever want to meet you. And three, when you mail them your ADV paperwork, every new client, you have to mail this legal paperwork to them. It says the address of the firm. If it's 123 Side Street, oh, Phil, that's your house. You're working from your house? Oh, that's your mom's house. You're working from your mom's house? No, you have to look legit. Also, you're going to be a state-registered RIA. You're going to register with the state. Every 2 years in most states, they're going to come to your place of business and audit your book of business. They're going to go over your trades. They're going to go over all of your notes. There's so much I need to tell you. There's so much I can tell you about this. They're going to come to your house if you don't have an office. From the email, it says I didn't see anything about your wife or kids or anything, but it's going to be a pain. When I first started, they came to my house and they were there for 2 days. Now, I only had a handful of clients. You have over 20 million in assets. Maybe it's just 20 clients, I don't know. But it's going to be a big pain to do that. It's going to be a huge pain to do that. So you need your own office. That's expense number one. Now, let's say you have your 25 million, half of them come with you. That's 12.5 million. Times 0.01, that's $125,000. Decent, but you need your office space. So let's say minus $1,000 for office, okay? You're in the Midwest, it shouldn't be too expensive. So remember, all of your commission is going to you now, but not all of your clients are going to come with you. I guarantee you they're not all going to come with you. Now, you're also going to need health insurance. So let's minus another $500. You're also going to need errors and omission insurance. So if anything happens, if you blow up somebody's portfolio, if they sue you, your insurance kicks in and it won't affect your firm and ruin your entire career. So I had that. I think it was just like $250 a month. It's not a lot. Also, Every new client, you have to mail them the ADV paperwork. You're going to have a compliance officer. Face it, you are. Minus another $250 a month. Your clients need to know that you're legit. And this is one of the reasons I'm glad I'm out of the business, because going independent, compliance was a nightmare. Like I said, with them coming to my house and auditing me, and then I eventually got my own office, but the auditing, going through your trade blotters, going through your paperwork, and if you mess something up, that's on you. So you need a compliance officer, plus it'll help you make your firm look legit. You can hire compliance officers, but that's another thing. But it's just going to be you. So they're going to say, well, great, you have your own office, you have your own firm, you have a third-party custodian where I can trade, where you can set up the trades for me and it clears through them. That's great, but it's just you. They're going to say, well, what if something happens to you? I had to deal with this. They're like, well, Dan, what if something happens to you? I'm like, look, I'm young, I'm healthy, I work out. Nothing's going to happen to me. I don't break the law. I don't do anything illegal. I don't drink and drive. I don't do any of that. They're like, yeah, but it's still just you. You're going to deal with this. See, there's so many things that you're not thinking of and what most people aren't thinking of, but I went through it. This is why I love this channel, because I can share all these experiences and help people out with this. So you're going to need a teammate or someone on your board. You're going to need to partner with an accountant, with a lawyer. You might want to get an intern, a secretary, make it look legit. So it's not just you taking your clients and just boom, day one, hey, I got $250,000 in my pocket every year now. That's not going to happen. You're starting a whole business. Sure, you have a little cushion, but after taxes and these expenses, you're going to be making about the same amount. It's going to be nothing. So how do you plan on growing your book once you go independent? Because remember, you're not going to have that $20 million. How are you going to grow it? You mentioned in your email, you're not going to do any guerrilla marketing, cold calling, cold walking like that. You're a little bit older. I get it. But what's your network? What's your niche? What's your connections? Again, like I said in my previous video, drill down on what you know and hammer that niche. Just hammer it home. But there's so many expenses and so many things you need to consider. Compliance and the legitimacy of your firm being the main two. People are going to question you. They don't want to leave what's comfortable for them. They don't want to leave that firm that they're at, where they can go up into the 30th floor of the tower and see your nice mahogany paneled office. They're not going to leave to come to some rental office. Change cost is real. It's going to be hard to bring them with you. So consider all these factors when going independent. It's not going to be easy. There's a lot of hidden costs and hidden things you're not going to be aware of. Any further questions, email me. I hope this helps, and I hope it helped everyone else out there. Remember, buy my cold calling rebuttal sheet. It's in the link below. It's only a couple bucks right now. I want to see if there's an interest for it. So click the link below. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up this video. Thanks a lot, guys. I hope this helped.